we had mentioned in the beginning that you are an author, and we'd like to give you this space as to talk about your books and your career on writing, and we call this the aftermath.
Now, why don't you go back to your quarters? I'll be along shortly to say hello.
Another great
With
episode.
an introduction from my favorite. I love
Look at
her.
that. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Yes, I am an author. I write crime and thriller novels at the moment, although I am working on a super secret project, which is in a different genre.
Ooh,
I have 3 books out.
here they
Where
come.
Ravens Roost, Last One Alive, and Sweet Little Lies is my newest one.
All right.
So the first 2 are Scandinavian Nordic noir crime novels. They're police procedurals, and Sweet Little Lies is my first psychological thriller, which takes place in the United States. And I'm really proud of this one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Be proud of all 3 of them. That's amazing. The time and dedication it takes to write anything. I used to, years ago, I used to write poetry, and I was like, this takes forever. And to know someone that wrote a full book and published the book, it's like, oh my goodness, I am
It's
in
an
awe.
adventure. It's
It must
hard.
be. It must
It's
be.
hard.
Where do
Yeah.
you draw your inspiration for your novels? Are you a true crime junkie,
Oh,
or was there
man.
some traumatic experience that you stumbled upon in your childhood?
I mean, I have a lot of traumatic experience.
Oh wow.
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't. That's what everybody asks. Do you watch a lot of true crime podcasts and stuff like that? I don't. I think human behavior is interesting and wild and crazy, and real life is more insane than fiction. And so it's always fun to see, can I take something from real life and maybe make it crazy enough to be fiction? But inspiration comes from everywhere. From sometimes people say something, like a one random line of dialogue, and I'm just like, wow, that's weird. Where did that come from? And then that inspires something. Yeah, but I don't know. Thrillers and crime novels are kind of a fun genre because almost anything goes. Although the goal is to maybe one day write a Star Trek novel.
Oh, do it.
If anybody out there is listening.
Do it. Make sure once you do it, you come back. We'll have a whole section 31 and a half just dedicated for you. That would be amazing.
If our interviews with other Trek authors hold any kind of tradition, he'll mispronounce your name.
Yes,
I already did. We're already there. We're halfway there, man. I didn't do it on the show, which is great. I'm proud of myself. I'm gonna have you start.
I'm never gonna forget. We're never gonna let you live down DeCandido, though.
I know, but the Sci-Fi Sisters mispronounced his name too, so I feel
don't blame them for your mistakes.
I'm saying I feel like I'm in good company at least. So when you first published your book, did you feel like, all right, now that I've made this a great accomplishment, and did you frame it? I gotta know, did you frame the cover?
Which way is the?
What are you talking?
Oh, there it is. Look at that.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, that's amazing.
Love it. Love it.
Actually, just got them hung up because this is my new office, so just was redesigned. No, yeah, I mean it's pretty wild. The sad thing is you don't get to pick your covers unless you're like really important, like Stephen King. But
I thought you had influence on everything.
I mean, sometimes they'll ask me like, "Do you like this color?" And then I'll say no, and then it'll end up on it anyway.
Orange,
orange.
Yeah.
No, they'll sometimes ask, or they'll send. What they do is they send you like 5 covers that are currently in the market in the same genre, and they say, which of these 5 do you like and why? And then if you're lucky, they'll read it, what you said.
Wow. And since you do a crime drama, do you ever have like the haunting suspicion that someone's following? Do you ever like have to look over your shoulder?
Oh, I am so paranoid.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. I didn't want to say paranoid, but yeah.
No, I mean, that's the one thing about writing in that genre is that you have to really kind of deep dive into like why people would do things that they do.
Right.
And that can be a weird experience sometimes. And when I was writing my second book, I had a moment where I was like, I went a little too far here in the research of it. And I was like, okay, time to pull back and write something even more disturbing.
Oh, yeah.
They get worse. The body count goes up.
Yeah, that's right. Do you ever find yourself like putting in the shoes of the villain in order to like spruce it up even more?
I mean, I think you kind of have to a little bit because I think whenever you are involved in writing, there's like an aspect of yourself that kind of goes into every character because you're writing a little bit from your emotional experience, not necessarily